So this session is being recorded. So I'd like to welcome everybody to our 10th culinary teacher meeting. We've been having these since May, when we just decided to get together and share each other's griefs and aggravations and challenges. And so far, this has been a great group, meeting every 2 weeks. For those of you who are watching the video on YouTube, thanks for watching this. Like, subscribe, comment on it. That'd be wonderful. So we're coming into our second quarter now. So we've finished the first quarter. So we're rounding the end of the first year. That's the 2020. So we got one more quarter left until we're 2021. And here we are. We're right around the corner with Halloween. So if you'd like to ask a couple icebreaker questions, where you teach, so we can know where you are. And what is your favorite drink and costume, since we're talking about happy hour here? Turn on your cameras, and this can be an open mic, so if you want to share different discussions here, you keep it on if you don't have a lot of background noise, and ask questions in chat. You can also ask for a certificate of participation as well, and there are no requests to demo KP Compass here. Basically, I wanted to go over today's topics here. We got our survey results, our last meeting review, some new business coming up, and moving forward with different ideas. So over this past week, I asked a group on Facebook, how things are. So I have it on the screen right now with your biggest challenges. So these are the answers I got for this basic poll or survey. And a lot of people are still having challenges of students not doing assignments remotely. So there's just like it's like pulling teeth. Also getting them engaged. So those are two pretty much synonymous with each other. Some of you have said too much paperwork, bureaucracy. I know that people have to fill out a gazillion forms to do things now. It's kind of crazy. And we're still having challenges with teaching both online and in person. And some of you are having challenges from going from in-person from last quarter to now the possibility of going to remote as the cases go up. Now there's more options here, so I'll just go over a couple more. You're having challenges too much grading, Wi-Fi, having to sanitize the classroom, and fundraising, and lack of clear direction from admin, and communication with virtual students and parents, so having communication issues. So it's just interesting to see how how things have not really changed. Last time I did this poll was about 2 months ago, I think, maybe a month and a half. I don't know. So still the same challenges as before, as we're settling into the online world. Here is the resources that I'm going to post in the chat, which basically is a culmination of things that were discussed, ideas that were shared, and just an ongoing list of different things. Like last week, Leslie shared about toxic positivity in schools. And here's the link to Lath's videos that he recently shared us. Every week he makes videos for his students, and he puts it on a drive, and you can find it here, so that you can see what videos he's made and graciously shared us, so that we could tap into his excellence. So thanks again, Lath, for videos with the group. And so this is the site, and actually I'll post the link again. So we just had a number of people just arrive as well. So here's the link again to basically all the resources that were discussed during all our meetings in this past few months. So the survey was really good, and I want to basically open it up to the floor as far as if you haven't turned on your video, please do so we could see each other's smiling faces as we prepare for a socially distant Halloween. Anybody would like to say a few words about about the survey that I just talked about here, and any new challenges that you might have, if anything new in the past couple weeks or past month? So anyway, raise your hand if you'd like to share some new interesting ideas or new challenges that you've ran into. Hopefully nothing too new since we've been in it for a couple of months now, but just ongoing, I guess. Well, not getting any takers here, so so I guess there's nothing new. This discussion will only be as good as what you share. So if there's nothing new, then we could just revert back to our last meeting. So our last meeting, we actually had a lot of discussions on liability and sending food home to students. So that was a really great discussion. We went on for about an hour and 15 minutes talking about those two aspects. So if there isn't anything, I would recommend that you go and check out that video, that discussion that we had there. But if there's anything new in the realms of sending food home, because before we brought up that question, no one really had done it very much, but now people are getting into it more, or are preparing to do it as we potentially have to go back into a lockdown situation. So also like to see if anyone would be available this Friday for a 1 hour panel. There's going to be a conference going on this Friday, and I'm looking for some panelists to join and talk about their situation. So there's been some ideas about bringing up a virtual competition. So I didn't know if anyone's interested in that. And voila. So I'm going to close down this the screen share here, but let's go ahead and look at this survey again and see if there's anything that pops out to you that you'd like to talk about. So we're talking about students not doing assignments, student engagement, too much paperwork or bureaucracy, teaching both in person and online, and going from in person to remote, and too much grading. So
yeah, I have a lot of kids that still don't do. I saw some kids that don't do work still in my class.
So what do you have to do to encourage them to complete their assignments?
I just, because I've gone around with them so many times already, I've just resorted now to just calling home and contacting their parents. And some of their parents are getting on them to do their work now.
Okay, so getting parents involved is pretty much the only recourse. So giving them bad grades that doesn't affect them anymore. Are they all over that now?
Yeah.
So I guess the general sense is apathy. Would that be correct?
Yeah.
And there's really no way to enforce it other than getting parents involved.
Yeah.
It's frustrating.
Yeah.
So then, and have you had a case where the parent just doesn't really care either, or?
There are some parents that, even though I have called and left messages, I still don't get a response from any of them.
Okay, and are they students who are not engaged in other classes, or is it just something that's specific?
Yeah, they have 7. They have all Fs in all their classes.
Oh, so they just completely checked out then.
Yeah.
Wow, that's difficult, and I wonder if I guess in normal situations you would get a guidance counselor or a counselor involved, but
yeah,
but you can't really do that now, can you? If they can't even reach them. Okay.
I have some counselors that tell the kids focus on your core classes and not your electives.
Yeah, and that makes sense too, where that could be the general focus. So yeah, so we get the short end of the stick in that sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Celine, you have your hands up. So you have something you like to discuss?
Well, I kind of agree with Lath. We're in the end of quarter 1, and it's been more difficult than I kind of thought it would be getting students engaged. And I will have to say that the 70% that are engaged are coming to the virtual classes, are enjoying it, are turning in their homework. But there's that 25% that, like Lath mentioned, they're not just failing this class. Called home and talked to a parent. He's failing classes at the homeschool also. So I think and I think it's mostly my returners. It's mostly my students who I've had before who've gone through the program. And I think part of it is that, or I'm assuming part of it is that, well, we're just reviewing, which we're really not, but they're thinking, well, I was here last year and I'm in the mix with some new students now. So I know all of this information, but you still have to turn in your assignments on time. And that has been the hardest part. I get assignments 17 days late, 23 days late. And because we don't really allow zeros, you have to give them a partial grade, but that's what I've been spending most of the day today, emailing parents, setting up Zoom calls, trying to get the students just to pass this first quarter as we go next week into virtual or face to face. And so we still have a number of students who have declined to come back for their personal reasons and safety reasons to face. And so that's where now KP Campus is going to come in for us. We have the cohorts Monday, Tuesday, we have a Thursday, Friday, and then the 2 days that you're not with us, you're to be doing your KP Campus enrichment assignment that matches what we're doing in the lab. And we're going to be in the lab most of the time, socially distanced stations. It's going to be different. And we've kind of explained to the students how it will be different. Of course, you've got a lot of first year students, and they don't know anything because they've never been to your campus. But it has really just been a challenge. It's really been helpful for me to talk to other educators, to come onto these work sites, or to come onto these Zoom calls. Um, it's just been extremely helpful. And I heard you speak about virtual conferences. Now, again, we have Skills, we have FCCLA, we have ProStart. And because we have not even really seen our kids yet, because we're still till next week, we are not going back face to face. We are having discussions about virtual competitions and what that would look like.
Hmm.
And um, yes,
Yeah, it's going to be a whole new world. I'm actually part of a planning process for a summer conference, and right now we're trying to figure out, well, is it going to be uh, online only? Is it going to be a hybrid? Is it going to be in person? So there's a lot of discussion about like the still unknown. So a lot of optimism that we had like back in April when we thought
yeah,
things would be back into normal by July. We're not even thinking that this July we're going to be back to normal.
yeah.
So so
I,
the
I wouldn't mind joining your panel because I would like to discuss further. I have to do it with Skills for our regional and for our state competition about virtual. We just need people to throw out a lot of ideas how this can come to fruition. So um, I understand what Lath is saying. And again, we're doing everything we can, the group projects we're doing. I changed the way that my assignments were being disseminated. I changed my due dates. I was using a week that, you get it on Monday, you turn it in on Friday. That wasn't working. So now it's every 2 days something is due. So I think that was maybe part of the issue. I don't know. We're just trying to do just different strategies, you know.
yeah, that's just a major challenge. And what state are you from? And again,
We're in Michigan.
Michigan. Okay, yeah. So you guys, wait. So you're going from virtual and into in person,
Supposedly next Thursday.
uh, but your numbers are going up though. The cases are going up
I
there, right?
said we still have to prepare for going back face to face. I understand exactly what you're saying.
Yeah,
Yes, our numbers are peaking every day. Yes, they are. So
yeah,
again, if we revert back, um, I'm ready to go again. I'm ready to go. I have a strategy with my KP Compass and with the videos that we've been doing and the way that we've been doing our Google Classroom. So I have a strategy in place
Yeah.
for both option A and option B.
Yeah. So it sounds like the decision to go in person was made probably a month ago or longer, right? So
Yes,
they were just sticking
exactly.
to that schedule. But now with the
Mhm.
cases coming up, something's going to change.
Exactly. We sent out a survey and we asked parents to please RSVP if they're going to return or going to remain virtual. And so quite a few are still saying they're going to become virtual. So,
Hmm. Yeah.
so,
Especially with the cases going up and the
sure.
regular flu, or they call it the twindemic, coming
Sure.
around the corner. And especially up there, I mean, everyone's going to be cloistered inside as the weather cools down, and it gets snowy. So that's going to be an interesting challenge, to say the least.
Yeah, it is. So,
Yeah, and so as far as strategy is concerned, I mean, so you've been doing virtual all this time, and Lath, you've been doing virtual all this time too.
Yes,
Okay.
and we still are.
Yeah. Any
We're going into phase 2 in a couple. We're going into phase 2 in a couple weeks, but that's for only special ed or special population students
Yeah. And which state are you in again?
only. California.
California. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I know
Yeah.
California has much stricter standards than most other states around the country.
Yeah.
For good measure, but yeah. So and no end in sight as far as going back into in person at the very least.
They're just discussing like hybrid, but not yet.
Yeah. Yeah. So because the winter months are definitely going to be a challenge.
Yeah.
As we move into it. So yeah, Celine. So yeah, especially Michigan, I really, I understand their decision to stick with the schedule, but it's gonna be interesting to see as cases go up and outbreaks start to happen.
yeah, you have to have an A plan and a B plan and a C plan. You've just got to be prepared on either end.
Yeah, or a ABC plan.
Yeah,
uh,
you're
all
absolutely.
all rolled into one, so to speak.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, you have to remain flexible. You have to be flexible, and again, I am working with counselors. I set up Zoom meetings with counselors to try to get students. A lot of students are saying part of it is connection issues, even though we've given certain students hot spots. Um, I say to the students when we go into virtual that I know this is just a different learning curve for you, but it's not just you doing it. The entire nation is doing it, is experiencing this. So, you just have to kind of hang in there. And I know that we have different types of learners, and some students just don't get it this way. So I understand that too. But again, we still have a responsibility to get the assignments done. So.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely no slacking, even with the pandemic. We got to keep on pace.
Sure, exactly.
Yeah, I know that. Like I'm working with some core teachers, and they have to twice the amount of work in the same amount of time, and that's a crazy challenge uh, as well. So it's actually kind of crazy how that's going down as well. So it's happening on all disciplines.
I actually work harder on Wednesday, my remote day, because I'm reaching out to parents and trying to get homework. And I work the entire day. It's like I'd rather be at work that day. The teachers go into the building to work. We work Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. So the teachers have been in their buildings ever since we started back, but we just had no. So
Yeah,
um,
yeah,
yeah,
you
it's
have.
a lot more work. It's a lot more work. Yes.
Yeah, I can totally see that, and but at least you have your resources at school, so that's the benefit of going and getting out of the house. I guess it's a good thing as well.
I agree. I think I would go crazy if I had to be remote for teaching also.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I know a lot of people are in those shoes still, where they're not even on campus.
Yeah. I do videos, live videos twice a week, and I really miss being in the kitchen. I share that with the students. The smells that are, coming out of the ovens and things like that. I said, I really wish you guys could be here. And I said, you really feel the differences. The longer this goes on, you really miss the kids being here and being active in the activity, but we understand what's happening. But, so I kind of, with Lath, I kind of get in the kitchen twice a week, and I think the
Yeah.
kids
Hold
really
on.
do.
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot to miss. You know, having the kids in classroom. For me, it's traveling. um, I don't think I'm going to be traveling at all until well into 2021,
Mhm.
and everything like that. So yeah, so engagement is still number one issue out of everything that we keep working on. But there's some kids that no matter what, and they're the ones who probably just like want to breeze by when they're in person in the same case. So this pandemic just amplified their I guess apathy towards education in general, which is really sad. It's sad that they don't have the support system that to get them off their butts, and take it seriously.
Yeah.
So as far as I don't think we'll have too much discussion here, but as far as like anything else that's on the board here, the paperwork, uh, too much grading, internet challenges. So you guys aren't in the classroom, so you don't have to worry about sanitizing the classroom between groups. That was a big discussion point last time. Where you have the students sanitize and spend time doing all that work.
Well, we had to write up our return to face COVID protocols for each classroom, and this discussion the weeks prior helped me formulate my plan because I've heard other teachers how that they were going through that process. So again, that was very helpful to me.
Great. Glad that was a good resource for you. You know, taking from other people's ideas. What a novel
Mhm.
concept.
Sure. So,
So, with that, is there anything else you guys like to bring up? We have. I know it was that Charlotte's still in class for. She's actually in class right now. So, but she's trying to listen in. But she'll be out of class shortly. But anything.
no, the next stepping stone on my plate is the virtual skills contacted to see who was even interested. Um, in trying to put together something virtually or to see if it was even possible. So that's my next challenge that I'm going to be working on with some other in-state and in-region culinary instructors.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see what you come up with, because that's a question that I'm coming across where virtual competitions is going to be the next new innovation, I guess, in that sense, or need, and how we can facilitate that properly. So that'll be definitely a hot topic in the next couple, and
Mhm.
probably for the next month or two. So as
Exactly.
gear up for the possibility. Well, I mean, state competitions usually happen in March, April, May, right?
Yeah, but you have to get to your regionals to get to the states.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
So you got regional and state. So yeah, a lot of these things will have to, be enacted in early 2021. But we're going to be in the thick of winter at that time, so that's going to be a challenge.
exactly.
Okay. Well, this was the week before Halloween. I wasn't anticipating too many people to show up. I think the next one will get more, and then we'll have the one before Thanksgiving, which I don't know if maybe I should just postpone that one, um, or move it to a different date. So So we have that coming up. But
The next one's on Veterans Day. I know that.
oh, is it what next? The one 2 Wednesdays from now, November.
11th, I think.
Yeah, that's Veterans Day for us.
Oh yeah, that is Veterans Day. Huh. Will that be a problem then, or will that be better? I don't know.
Oh no, it depends on what I'm doing on my day.
Yeah. So.
Because I may take a break from the screen that day, just to give my eyes a break because I'm on the screen so much.
Oh yeah, that's true. Well, you can always phone in.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, these are more therapy sessions than anything else in meetings. So.
Yeah,
So,
that's why I like him so much.
yeah. So it's less work and more, I guess, calming because you get good ideas, So, and we had really great discussions. But yeah, as we're getting into the thick of things and into the mire, I know that everyone's busy. So I appreciate everyone's time here, who did jump on board and are listening in and talking about these issues. So I guess I don't want to belabor the point, but if there isn't anything else that you guys like to bring up, I have pretty much the hot topics that were going on, which is pretty much engagement, so to speak. So if there's nothing else, then I can say we can wrap it up and see how what comes up in November 11th.
Well, I just want to say thank you for your support. KP Campus is really going to play a major role in the hybrid that we're going back to, or the face-to-face that we're going back to. So I want to thank you for your support.
Yeah,
So.
absolutely. We're all in the same boat. So we're gonna get through this and make it to shore all together.
All right. If you need someone for the panel, I like I said, I'm listening because I'm going to be on a couple other panels talking about the virtual competitions or just shooting ideas around virtual. So let me know if you need a panelist.
Yeah, actually, yeah, I do. So I'm putting that together. So it's this Friday at 2:30. Was that 2:30 Pacific time? So you're so that'd be 4:00, 4:30.
4:30.
Yeah, so it'll only be 1 hour. So there's gonna be a 1 hour limit on that panel.
All right. You just send me a link to it or information. I'd appreciate it. If
Will
you can't
do.
get, okay.
All right.
Say good evening to everyone, and please stay safe.
Yeah, everyone stay safe. Thanks again.
Yeah, same.
And thanks for watching this video. Oh, Charlotte.
I hear.
Yeah, I see that you commented you're back. But if you, Charlotte, do you have anything you'd like to ask, or are you good?
I'm good, thank you. I've been listening, so yeah, I feel the same thing. We're totally virtual right now in Nevada, and I think it's going to stay that way for a while.
Yeah, absolutely. So so thanks for I know you were in class, but thanks for jumping in at the end here.
Well, thank you.
And we'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
Okay.
Okay.
Great.
Have a great day.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.